ready, man.
All right. Greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. Today is, what is today? March 27th. Today is Wednesday, March 27th, 2024, 10:37 a.m. Oh man, I've been trying to do this one. I don't know what was going on with YouTube for a while. It wouldn't let me go live. But I titled this one Black Males Unconditional Love for Black Males. And I originally had another title, pardon me. I originally had another title that I called it. Um what was it? I'll tell you in a minute. And it's gonna tie in this. It's going to tie into what I'm talking about. Uh the unbalanced male ego. The unbalanced male ego. So we have black males, and listen, I am going to talk about people that you don't like. Again, this is for nobody particular or in particular, but in speaking truth, you can't have feelings. You can't have feelings, but I can't have favorites. I can't not mention somebody because of what white folks are doing or whatever else. But I'm gonna name a couple, and you got to be under a rock to not know what has happened with Diddy, right? To not know what has happened to Diddy. And the sad part is the here's the thing, and this is how you know we have been conditioned against each other, right? Somehow, and I'm very disappointed in brothers. I'm very disappointed in brothers. I'm very disappointed in black males. And I'm very disappointed in some quote unquote conscious black males that I have saw post things. This unwavering loyalty to people like Diddy, this unwavering loyalty to people like R. Kelly. This is sickening. Honestly, I got to keep the bread fresh because this is the thing that you hear allegations. R. Kelly's in jail, but you hear allegations, right? But when it comes to Diddy, how long have people known? How long have we alleged that he killed had something to do with Biggie being killed? How long? Because it seems like we throw the character of black males out. It doesn't matter. He's a black man. If he molested children, where were the parents? You R. Kelly lovers. Well, what about everybody else that did it? And then we teach our children to be individuals and not do what everybody else did, right? But if he did do it, there's always these backwards excuses. And it's not that we can't come together, right? It's not the thing that we can't come together. That has nothing to do with it. It's not that black people can't unite. It is the things we will not rule on. Let me say that again. It is the things we will not rule on. It is the behavior that we do not want to see cleaned up. Because if we see that behavior clean up, most guys have to clean up their behavior, right? And to see, I think it's Hip Hop Uncensored. This is the second time I've caught them. To see cats like Slim Thug. Now, whether they're celebrities or internet famous, these are black males that they stay with this kind of, well, if this how we do, I'm not here to defend him, which they know they're about to defend him. I'm not here to defend him. Or if he did do it, and the thing about Hip Hop News Uncensored, I think that's the name of the show, they've had Jaguar Wright on there several times. If I'm not mistaken, Jaguar Wright was on their platform and predicted the demise and fall of Diddy. Answer this, black males. Why don't you want to rule on things? Why must you always feel a level of compassion for devils who have worked with devils like Clive Davis, who have signed these blood contracts? This is why I was like, that everybody was going at Drea Michelle for getting with what's the young man named Jalen Green, and to find out that he's alleged got more women pregnant. And the coddling, black males are complicit in the Willie Lynch of making black males weak too, because the coddling. I'm hearing males and black males and females say, "Oh, this is when it comes to Jalen Green. Oh, this is a baby. Where is his mother? If I'm his mother, she has a son that's 22. She has a son that's 22. Drea is a predator. She is not a predator. No, she's a groomer. I don't have a problem with the word predator. I don't know what she does, but she's a groomer. Hunjo Button. She's a groomer. She groomed this. That's not a groomer. A groomer is what when Usher said he lived with Diddy ever since he was 13. A groomer is what he does with having Justin Bieber spend the night with him. Talking about Diddy, with having Justin Bieber spend the night with him for 48 hours. A groomer is what Chris Stokes does, allegedly. A groomer is what Marcus Houston does, allegedly. There's a pattern. They're not dealing with 22 years old unless they're doing sex trafficking. But most of the time, if you watch that Quiet on the Set, that's grooming. Check out that documentary. Dan Snyder. That was grooming. What they did to the young man Drake Bell was grooming. But what you guys have done, because you are so unhealed within yourself, I'm tired of you. It doesn't matter what book you have read. And I'm talking to you conscious dudes. It doesn't matter, because you have to deal with that Eurocentric in yourself. I still have amounts of it. Let's keep the bread fresh. You battle to get this out of you daily. But does it cloud your judgment to protect the village? Does your affinity and love for R. Kelly's music cloud your judgment of whether it's okay or not to sleep with Aaliyah? We can go allegedly with everywhere else. Okay, let's play the game. And because I know you want to put under my comments, her mother sold her off, allegedly. But this is what I want you. It's still got to come back, because in order for us to clean up our behavior, black men, we have to take a square blame. So for your phallus to get erect for a underage child, whose thought is that? Who does that responsibility fall on? Please tell me. And I'm irritated because it's sickening. We have children to set examples for. We have children to protect. Why are we still so in love with black male celebrities if they represent the opposite of us, y'all? Diddy has been a monster for years. Diddy has screwed over 112. Diddy screwed over Shine. Mace got away from him. You judge a man by his character. You judge a dude by his character. He has a pattern. Why are you screaming fairness for him when he was never fair to any artist he had? Go back to that Drink Champs and see how he was asking Fabulous to party. And Fabulous said, you could tell Fabulous is uncomfortable. He said, I did party. He said, no, you ain't never partied with me. And what did Cat Williams say on that Shannon Sharp interview? Diddy likes to party, and you got to be able to tell him no. He is a flaming homosexual, and you guys claim you hold the line for homosexuals, against homosexuality. But you want to see fairness for this black male. And I'm talking to a lot of you unconscious males too, because I'm talking to the westernized. And guess what? If you don't fall under this mentality, I'm not even talking to you. Because it's going to take us to clean it up. We so busy trying to talk to the females that we not holding the line for us. It takes the females to deal with them. It's going to take a brave, outspoken female to deal with the conditions of her people. But we can't keep letting this slide, y'all. We can't keep saying, well, if we're going to get one, we got to get them all. No, we get the ones that pop up. Let me say this. If a drug dealer is caught, let me ask y'all, for y'all the ones that say, well, it's plenty other pedophiles. There's plenty other guys that did what R. Kelly and Diddy did. There's plenty of others. If there was a drug dealer that got busted, are we supposed to tell everybody that's dealing drugs in the neighborhood? I want you ain't answer that to yourself. Or that's called what? Answer that to yourself. We don't, this is the problem. Because we have to look to the things that we don't have in the community. Yes, we need economics. We need education. We even need entertainment. Because the answer isn't to shut entertainment down. The answer is to stop letting these white devils like Clive Davis control it, because that is the main one. Clive Davis is the devil that while Whitney Houston lay dead in a hotel, that he was still having a party. So I never forget, because when I put in y'all face what these people are doing, y'all say, worry about my own. And it makes me wonder, do you even want to catch this problem? It makes me wonder if you even really have an interest in catching the problem or solving the problem. Because I'm starting to think the reason we keep passing it to the youth is because there's more in talking about the problem than solving it, much like the medical industry. Their job is not to cure you because they don't have a job anymore. And I'm starting to wonder why my black males don't want to place blame properly. And we don't have a code of behavior. Charleston White, even though he says he's 45, 46 years old, Charleston White looks every bit of 50 something. And the masses in our community. When I say y'all, I'm not talking to anybody. Please understand this. Listen to understand, listen to understand, and not to feel your ego. Because when I said the unbalanced male ego, not to feel somebody's talking to you. I'm talking to this behavior. I'm talking to this mentality. Because if we don't clean it up, what is the youth gonna do in the next generation? We keep talking about we're not gonna see it in this lifetime. It's up to the next. What are they going to clean up? If we're talking about submissive black women. And just look at the definition. Don't talk to me about, well, the real, because you guys are real particular on definitions. When y'all are coming to me talking about the definition of black, the real definition of Africa. You want to be very punctual. But in my opinion, whose opinion? My opinion. Submission is westernized. My opinion. To ask your woman to be submissive. Now, I will read the definition. Give me a second. And you tell me. Submissive, from the Oxford Dictionary, Oxford Languages. Ready to conform to authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive. And then it says, a submissive, almost sheep like people. Synonyms: compliant, yielding. Now, what word do we use when the police pull you over and they say, just what? Comply. Why weren't they complying? Which is a synonym of what? Submissive. Why don't you submit? When I'm watching UFC or when I'm watching wrestling, because I still like to watch wrestling. And let's go back in the day and Sting would put you in that scorpion death lock, and you would what? Win it by submission. John Jones does some awesome, amazing stuff and makes his opponent what? Submit. Because he's the more dominant fighter. He dominated that opponent. And more so in us being ticky-tack about the definitions, which we need to listen to it. But it is the energy. We guys talk about all of this energy and crystals and all of this, but we don't understand the energy of the things that we say. The energy of the people that we back. There's no maturity level. Look at Charleston White. Back to what I was getting ready to talk about, Charleston White. I'm not a Gilly the Kid fan, but the things he said about Gilly the Kid's son, come on, y'all. But this is an older black male. No, this is a nigga. Because again, in my opinion, whose opinion? My opinion. Each one of these stages, your niggas, your males, and your men, we ain't even talking about kings and gods. Niggas, males, and men are stages of mental maturity and mental levels of growth and development. Does that make sense? So Charleston White, just because we have phalluses don't make you a man. That makes you a male. It makes you what's on your birth certificate. Because you don't come out of that womb a male. You're a young man. You grow to manhood. Place these categories correctly, and then we'll start to differentiate on what we're dealing with, especially to you ladies. Y'all are so upset and y'all saying black men ain't this because they have it, and it's not black men, females, ladies, sisters, because it's the same. It's your females. It's your, first of all, it's the bitches, your females, and then your women. Stages of development, stages of growth within herself. But let's get back. We're not talking about the sisters. We must think and must deal with ours. But I am thoroughly disgusted when I read the comments and cats saying, well, Gilly started with him. Y'all are, most will bag Charleston White no matter what he says. And this is so dangerous. Everybody's saying, well, why are they putting Candace Owens? Y'all, listen, y'all are matter, but y'all know how to rule when it comes to Kanye West. Y'all know how to rule. Y'all say Kanye West, he can't keep using his mother's death. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't know that pain. Y'all don't know how that changed you, how that isolates you. Y'all don't know what that do to you when you have a relationship with your mother like that. Y'all say so matter-of-factly out your face. He can't keep using the death of his mother. But you want me to understand the sickness in R. Kelly to lay up with young girls. When he's asked, when he's asked, I forget, was it Torre that was interviewing him? Do you like young girls? He said young, how young we talking? So you want to have a understanding of a man that's sick and as a victim himself. I'm not gonna dismiss that. But as a victim himself, but then we have to say, you dismiss Kanye West. Y'all say, why is Candace Owens even on the Breakfast Club? Why would Joe Biden? Let's say if Joe Biden be there, why would Joe Biden be up there? Who's done more damage to the black community, Candace Owens or Joe Biden? So y'all want me to play the ping pong? Y'all want me to bring in these? I will. It doesn't matter because I'm after truth. I don't have favorites. I don't have favorite artists. If it was Michael Jackson, if it was Tupac, if Tupac was found guilty for doing what he did, if it was and he had a history, I would not listen to Tupac as much as I love his music because I have a code that I stand on within me. And my code doesn't determine what song I like. We got to get right, fellas. It is sickening. So y'all are, matter of factly, y'all quick to say, oh, Kanye Coon. He said slavery was a choice. Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie has this fake beef with Kanye. He said slavery was a choice. Boosie, you have been a biggest program Manchurian candidate for the slave master almost more than anybody. The way you degrade your baby's mothers, your children's mothers, you pick them. You pick them. Who's done more damage to the black community? Kanye West or Lil Boosie? And then maybe we can ask that little homie Marlo Mike who's doing prison time. Who's done more damage? I mean, I know y'all upset. He said slavery was a choice. But then you got some guys out here, these pretendians out here that said slavery didn't even happen. So I'm confused. I'm confused that there are things I do not like about Candace Owens, but there are some things that I like about Candace Owens. I don't like the fact that her and what's his name, Brandon Tate. Forgive me if his name is wrong, Brandon Tate. But I didn't like the fact that they get behind the police officers and help them. They take up donations for them. That is disgusting. But let's keep the bread fresh when it comes to George Floyd. The things she said about George Floyd, she brought up his criminality. Charleston White, everybody's favorite uncle. Look him up for what he said about George Floyd. Look him up, his comments about they're damn near identical. And if you ask me, Charleston White's a little bit more disrespectful because you know he has to entertain. He has to entertain and make sure you feel it. It is disgusting. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate black males, Slim Thug saying, well, we tearing down another icon. He a billionaire, meaning Diddy. He a billionaire. What did he do to Total? What did he do to 112? He screwed over Danity Kane. Character. You judge. And what it pisses me off because what it looks like is that we are supposed to support them no matter how fucked up they are. They've done nothing but do the white supremacist bidding and work, and we supposed to say they still a black man. No, they're not. They have been infected. It's like the Walking Dead. They have been bitten by zombies. So do we say that's still my whoever, or what do you do with that zombie? It's time to wake up, black males. If not that, then we're in a battle of the sexes. And that's when I'm gonna come back with the male ego. But I had a whole different topic that hit me for this one. The black male ego. Yo, okay. I'm saying correct. I'm glad you in the building. Appreciate you, sister. We gotta be clear. Are we protectors? What type of man are you? This is everybody's individual. I can't say what another man is. I can only worry about this man right here. And my output, how I make people feel. How I make people feel and how I represent myself. That's what I can worry about. But the fact that there is no code, the fact that there is no protocol, the fact that there is no consequence. You know why Candace Owens got fired from the Daily Wire? Because there's a code when you mention these Jews. Most of us are so scared. We'll say schmooze or something else. Most of us won't even say this on these platforms because it's always that programmed fear. This is why, like I say on TikTok, this is why people hold their hand up and say palm colored people. Meanwhile, they'll say black, they'll say nigger, all on these platforms. But they got you trained like Pavlov's dogs. You're trained in fear. You're reactionaries. Because your response is based on what your slave master may do to you. This is trauma, y'all. We are traumatized. And I'm desensitized to fear. I just don't have no more fear in me. I've lost every family member that I had. I've lost every family member I had. So that's why I bear my soul on this. Like I said, I don't have a fancy gimmick. I only know how to give it how I get it. And if you don't like it, and if you no longer want to be around me because I give it, that is my light. Step into your gift, black man. To the black man that's listening, that understand what I'm saying, step into your gift. Be wise. Don't be crazy. But be fearless. Fearless. Doesn't mean we don't get afraid. But there's so much coming out. And we saying, when did it come a time where we celebrate a man? Man, please. Jane Deal has been saying these things about Diddy. And what did that idiot Slim Thug say? You hire a security guard or a bodyguard, and he tell all the personal stuff. A code of foolishness. Mental homosexuals. Because mentally you love the same sex, no matter what. No matter how abusive, you stick with them. When y'all say, well, how did they brainwash? How did Nature Boy brainwash these people? How did Diddy do all these things to Cassie? She came back. We won't leave America. We continue to make excuses. We continue to say, well, thing about white folks is this. I always say, I would be up too if the system was designed for me. You would be up too, black man. You would be up too, black woman. If there was a system that was designed for us and we could walk down the streets with rifles, like that white boy did after he unalived them folks, and nothing happened, That's why we look at them like they're that, because we see their privilege. It's not they're smarter. They have the most advantage. That's like that Balco LeBron's allegedly on. He's got an advantage. That's like doing juice. That's what I'm gonna call white supremacy now. White Balco. But I'm gonna wrap it up, and I just want to say listen, y'all can understand this is not trying to come at nobody. Drop that out your ego, black man. This is why we can't advance, because we hear something and we feel our egos feel challenged. And we turn the message off. Or we feel like the people, no, that's not even my stilo. But it's the love in my heart to say, who's gonna protect these women? Women, clean y'all act up. Pick off of something better than these substances, off of these avatars. Because behind these avatars is effed up programming. I've already told y'all about these people. Go back and check out some of my other videos. I've already told you about who are the programmers. It's sickening. It's sickening to hear these is my brethren. I'd rather be around them than to be around that other side. I tell you that much. They frustrate the hell out of me, but I would rather be there than there. So it's just a black man to black males or black men in the crowd that understand, because if they understand, y'all gonna understand and hit that thumbs up. If you don't, you're gonna have some type of animosity about what I'm saying. But it's nothing but it's hitting on you to do better. Stop these wars with these women. But that's me. I'm up out of here. I appreciate it. I will be back. I leave you and I say peace.